Live. Hey, Hall.
Hey, we are live. So Tia and I are here today because we wanted to discuss 1 year after making the switch over to eXp, how our quality of life has changed. So Tia and I clearly are sisters from another mister.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. We are full blood sisters, you can tell. We look like twins.
Totally. Totally twins.
Okay, fine. Tia and I met 6 years ago at our previous company, became great friends. Even my kids call her Aunt Tia. And a year ago, almost to the day, we both made the switch over to eXp Realty, where we are both licensed in North and South Carolina. And there's just some things that we've heard out there, some rumors that we'd love to discuss today and talk about. And so anyway, here we go.
I'm ready. Shoot away.
So one of the first things that we wanted to really talk about is how things have changed, right?
Yeah. I think everybody should know.
So we've got a list. Let me pull it out. Why I love eXp and what's happened in my first year.
Do I get to start?
Yeah, you get to start.
Well, for me, I live and have always lived outside of the area in which I worked. And so the firm that we come from, I lived almost 40 minutes away. So for me, I'm a mom with two kids that play travel baseball, and our schedules are so hectic all the time. And so traveling to an office each way 40 minutes ties up so much time that I could be doing other things, building my business,
Right.
whatever needed to be done during the day. So I decided that making the switch to eXp, one of the main eXp Realty, one of the main key points for me was just getting that freedom of time. I'm no longer wasting time in my car driving back and forth to the other side of town. When my meetings, whether it's state meetings, you and I have meetings together. I meet with people that are in my revenue share. We do it simply right online. I mean, we get together and do it face to face, but we also can get so much more accomplished by not wasting time in the car. Yesterday, I was in Raleigh for Legislative Day, because to me it's so important to address the issues and speak up for realtors all across our beautiful state. And on my way back from Raleigh, I was in a meeting with our wonderful founder, Glenn Sanford, with other mentors from our company on the bus on the way from Raleigh. Who does that? What other company lets you do that?
Right.
In a meeting.
Yeah.
People from all across the country.
See, and I was sort of in the opposite boat where I only lived 2.5 miles from the office, but my office, I strategically asked to be in the back of the office, not because I didn't want to talk to everybody, but when you go in and you need to concentrate and get work done, it's the perfect place for people to come up and say, hey, can you teach me about your success? Can you teach me about X, Y, and Z? And, sometimes we just need to get some work done. So
that's one of my notes. I'm glad you brought that up because that's also one of my notes I have down here. This company and the culture and helping and cultivating new agents and helping even agents, who've been in the business and want to take their business to the next level is something that I find to be phenomenal. But I totally agree with you. My office was way on the other part of the office from yours. And so I feel, now you tell me how you feel about this. We've been friends for a really long time. I truly consider you my sister. But when we worked in the same office, you were way in the back. I was way in the front. Like, I feel like our relationship has even grown way so much more. We travel together. We do company events together. It's not like I'm just seeing you in passing in the office.
Yeah, Absolutely. Now, I feel like our friendship has grown so much stronger because you and I actually take the time and carve out time in our busy schedules. You're running around with the boys, I'm running around with my girls, to get together either for dinner or, like you mentioned, traveling together. It's really been awesome.
I agree. I agree. I love it. I feel like a weight has truly been lifted off my shoulders because my heart, my passion is to help as many agents serve my community. You know, I'm the PTO president. I'm that mom that tries not to miss a baseball game, running kids from one side of town to the other side of town. I have a wonderful husband who helps tremendously. But just, I was so tired. Like, I could not explain to you how tired, and I still tried to carry the big smile and be there for everybody, but I was just burned out at our former firm. And I just got to the point where I couldn't be happy for me, and I had no time for me and my friends. And so now I have these wonderful relationships with people that I would have never guessed in a million years. Even though some of them came from the same firm, they were just at a different market center. Mm-hmm. And we have phenomenal relationships now. We get to do all kinds of wonderful things together. This is true culture. This is what makes my heart happy.
Yeah. Something that you mentioned too a second ago that I don't want to forget. You said culture and training. And one thing that I have absolutely loved, like, full disclosure, Deanna and I split our business. I am usually the listing agent, and she typically works with all of our buyers. At our previous company, they said, nobody wants to teach the buyer agency class. Nobody wants to teach how to work with buyers. Will you do it? And I'm thinking, what? Me? I'm the most qualified person. All I do is listings. And I thought that just really resonated with me because all of our classes that are taught in the world are taught by the top 20% agents. You have to be an icon agent to teach this, to teach any class, which means you have to sell a ton of real estate every year. And what I love about that is when I log in and I go to a listing agent specific class, the agent that's teaching that class is a rock star. And that's who I want to learn from. It doesn't have to be somebody here in our market, here in Charlotte, you know, Cornelius, even anywhere within an hour of us. I can learn from agents in a completely different state on how they have become extremely successful. And they're giving the information away because I'm not their competition. I'm not going to fly to Bellingham, Washington and try to take a listing. They're like, here, take my stuff. You can use it. Glad to help. I'll email it to you as soon as the class is over. That is. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you, but do you know how many classes, how many events that I truly wanted to be a part of at our former firm, but because I needed to be on the other side of town, closer to getting, you know, whichever sign I was taking, because my husband had the other one, taking him to somewhere I wanted to be a part of, but I simply couldn't because I was, you know, I needed to be somewhere else. So I probably missed out on some, I'm sure was good training, but I just couldn't do it because I needed to be somewhere else. So the beauty of eXp is you get to still have access to all that phenomenal training from agents across the country at your fingertips. A lot of it is recorded, and even the live training, I still can be a part of it from my car. Yeah. I could literally be sitting at the baseball field, waiting on my kid to come out of practice or something, listening in on our cool mobile app to phenomenal training. Like, I'm like super mom. Well, that's what I call myself. That's what I call myself. I'm like, and the school thinks so. Super Tia. I love that. I absolutely love that. So there was something else that right before we left, we heard rumors of, oh, you don't want to join eXp because everybody that does their production goes down. I remember hearing that. You and I were both pretty upset Because in that specific example, we were like, you don't know anything about this person in the life and what they have had to deal with, and you're trying to make a comparison. So talk to us a little bit about your business and, you mentioned the boys and their travel schedule, your real estate business, and all the other things that you've been able to do with that extra time of not cruising in the car for 2 hours a day.
I know. Oh gosh, nightmares. Did my production go down? Yes. Am I sad about it? No. Because my production went down because I'm able to do something that's my heart passion. Helping many agents create successful businesses, which you knew at our previous firm was something that I truly wanted to do.
Right.
Go into coaching. So I have decided and was able, with the help of eXp Realty, I started my own coaching firm, and I help other agents, even agents outside of eXp, build their business. I also am a certified mentor with eXp, and I became one, honestly, 2 months after joining eXp. They got me all trained up. It cost me $0 for the training. They were happy to train me because they saw that I have a passion for this and how I could have an impact on many other agents. And I'm so grateful. Like, I'm so literally grateful. So the time that I spent in production, which I still appreciate every single referral because my business is referral based, and I do work the referrals. And also, honestly, I actually give some referrals to some of the agents that I mentor because it's great experience for them.
Absolutely.
And I help them go through the transaction, right? So it's all about having a servant's heart and not being just a taker, but also giving. So when it bothers me deeply when I get these phone calls from team leaders from our previous firm and other firms too, that have simply a spreadsheet that they've gotten from, I guess, our local MLS to say, hey, let me help you get your business back on track. I see your production went down. I'm like, wow, that's not a welcoming way to introduce yourself, for one. And B, I'm aware that my production went down because unless you can see my bank account and see my bank statements to see how much money is going in, you really don't know what I'm doing. And I'm glad to have that freedom to be able to coach and mentor because it makes me happy and it makes me money as well.
I think it's important to say too, to everybody that's watching, if you are an agent and looking for taking that first step on getting a coach, that you coach agents nationwide. Not all of your clients are here locally.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I'm joking when I'm saying like it makes me money, but I do get paid to do it, and it just bothers me for the tactics of recruitment sake.
Yeah.
Because you know that I'm driven by helping.
Right.
That is what makes me happy, helping. But I'm so fortunate that that's me. I'm so fortunate that I actually do get compensated for it, and so by me, I can only take on so much business with the time that I'm given in any given day, right? With the busy schedule with the kids. However, I can help many agents in return, help many communities across the globe.
I love that.
Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what we should be doing. Everyone, if that's your passion, if you don't like teaching, stay away from it. But I enjoy it.
Yeah, awesome. All right, let me check my notes and make sure that we covered what we wanted to talk about, because I'm pretty sure. Oh, one other thing that we didn't mention when you were talking about support is the fact now that when we log in, our really the back end, right? Everything that helps us run our real estate business. We have support here on the East Coast from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., which means that last minute client that calls you and you're eating dinner at 6:30 and you have to log in and start working again, we still have somebody. Well, we have over 300 somebodies in the world that can log in and help us immediately. And I think that's huge too, because our real estate business, and I think that you would agree, is not 9 to 5.
No. Oh gosh, no.
Nights, weekends, and we have the ability to have accounting questions, transaction questions, state broker questions answered outside of that, box of 9 to 5. And I also don't have to drive across town, go in, stand outside somebody's door, knock and praying that they answer, or that they're still there, or that they're not sick, to be able to have that same level of support.
Yes. Do you know how frustrating it is to have like an urgent question or concern that you need to have addressed, and your BIC is out doing their production, right? They're out working their business, and the response you get back when you send an email is this instant reply that says, "I'll get back to you within the next 48 hours." Do you know in our world what can happen in 48 hours? Do you know how many deals can be lost in 48 hours because your broker in charge is out working their business and really doesn't have the time to answer your questions? That's one of the things that when I first, like, 'cause with us both being, licensed North Carolina, South Carolina, there's a South Carolina, broker in charge, North Carolina broker in charge. I'll never forget my very first question to the South Carolina broker. He responded in 7 minutes. Within 7 minutes, I had an answer. Yeah. That was mind-boggling. And even now, since we have such a wonderful platform, we use Workplace. If I have a question, I can send an instant chat to the broker in charge, and they chime right back. They have office hours too, so you can catch them in our wonderful office online and see them. But Workplace chat instantly, like you get a response. I've never had this kind of support in all of my business ever.
Yeah. Well, and not only your local state broker in charge, any broker in all 50 states, because we're in all 50 states and in Canada. But the other day, I was actually needing to follow up with Jason.
Sorry, that's my dog barking. That's the baby working from my home.
Jason Messing, who's the board of director on our board of directors, and he and I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago, back in January, and I was so busy with the grand opening of our office and all sorts of stuff that I just totally dropped the ball. I went on the Workplace app and I sent him a quick message, and I just said, whenever you've got a moment, I know I'm a little peon down in North Carolina, but whenever you have a moment, I would just want to follow back up on this. Yeah. He responded within 3 minutes. I couldn't believe it. My phone, did its little jingle thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay. This is my question. And he answered it immediately. It was, this would be like, well, we don't have to do it.
We would have never gotten that elsewhere. And Glenn Stanford was in my meeting yesterday, mentor to mentor meeting that we have once a month. And he literally said, guys, I'm going to stick around. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. And I'm like, did he really just open this up for anybody to ask him anything? And he was like, well, if you think of something, make sure you send me a chat. I'm like, that is amazing. And I really know that he will respond. Like he's actually commented on some of my things that I posted on Workplace chat. So sorry. My dog is so excited to be part of this interview today. He cannot contain himself. Like he's like, there's Auntie Holly. So I just want to show her some love. So he is saying a lot. He's saying a lot. Rocket, that's enough love for today for her, okay? Chill out.
Oh my gosh.
But the support is great. I mean, seriously, this is something that is important to me, especially with working with new agents and mentoring agents. Knowing that we have support 9 to 8 is a lot. You know, when you're starting out, you know my husband really well. We're all family. He is an IT guy, right? But sometimes I don't want to call him and ask him IT questions.
Yeah.
I go to our tech support and they fix whatever the issue is with, you know, my computer. They can grab your screen and poof, it's done. I mean, it's amazing. This is amazing. And I actually do use the resources. I've gone to every single department to make sure that, you know, this is what they do. Can they help me with whatever the issue is? Help whomever I'm working with whatever their issue is, and it just gets done.
So, a year in review. How do you feel?
I am so grateful that you and Deanna talked me into making the move to eXp Realty.
Oh gosh, that'll have to be a whole nother video.
I'm so grateful. My family's grateful because mom's happy and mom's not as tired as she was before. So yeah. I think this has been a game changer for me, for my family, and I'm truly grateful.
That's wonderful. I love you so much.
I love you too.
All right, girls. So guys, keep an eye out for other interviews. We've got tons of topics that we want to talk about. We are going to be back every week, dispelling some of the rumors that are going around and talking about really how grateful we are to be associated with such an amazing real estate company. That's really what it boils down to.
Absolutely. And look out for some wonderful training videos that we're going to do because it's all about giving back and helping the next agent, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Go give Rocket some love.
I will. Have a great day, girl.
Bye.
Bye.